quite understand this year why Eddie Jones is in a sprint in advance of every game to position England as the plucky underdogs. It doesn't tally with how English rugby has seen itself for the last number of decades. It's a weird public position to take.
Yeah, it doesn't actually suit in some ways, but I think, you know, he'll ultimately will look to deflect if the team is not performing to the best of its ability. He'll look to deflect any sort of negativity towards the team. He'll take it on the chin himself. And there are a lot of young guys there, Randall and Marcus Smith in particular, who's been talked about. You know, he'll try and loosen all that pressure off him to make sure that he can perform. But it does certainly seem a bit bizarre.
It's Eddie Jones from Randwick Rugby Club in Sydney. He thinks the universe is against him. That's the way they're brought up. But look, you got to take everything Eddie says with a grain of salt, because he is just trying to entertain. He's not. He's just speaking. And as he says quite rightly, if he doesn't say something, he gets criticised. He says something, he does get criticised. But you cannot accept what he says has any factor on the game.
But I think he does his own team a disservice, because, as Ian said there, England, there's no way England should ever be underdogs against anyone in Twickenham. It actually shouldn't be. Yeah. But more than that, I think the English players and the English mentality is that we're top dogs, and, you know, that little bit of arrogance that they need to deliver their best performance. Now, Irish teams, I think, deliver better performance when they are underdogs, are perceived as that. England aren't like that.
Yes.
And he is telling them, you know, and that's subliminally going into them, you are underdogs, so that means you're not as good. So no matter what he's messaging to them internally, that's what's going out there externally. And I don't think that's useful for them.
Yeah, it's a strange one. Now,